If you're a service business owner struggling to predict where your next customer is coming from, I'm about to show you exactly how we can add at least $50,000 in new revenue to your business in the next 90 days or you don't pay. But before we get into the details, I do want to introduce myself. I'm Brett, founder of Queen City Growth, and for over a decade, I've worked as a finance executive for some of the largest and fastest growing companies in the world, mastering how to scale revenue and build systems that actually deliver results for companies in the billions of dollars of revenue. I've taken everything I've learned in corporate finance and my own successful online business and built a proven system to help local service businesses like yours dominate the market. So now let's talk about your business. Here's what's really happening. Most service businesses are making two critical mistakes that are literally costing them over $100,000 in lost revenue and wasted marketing spend. First, they're pitching their service to cold traffic, which means they're paying premium prices for traffic and then driving that traffic to a confusing website. Then asking the prospect to make a vague commitment to either opt in or contact us with little to no context about pricing, scope, quality, guarantees, follow-up, etc. They simply won't do this. Second, even when they do get a qualified lead, they have no system designed to turn that lead into a client. And the research tells us that leads who are contacted within 5 minutes are 100 times more likely to become customers than those that are contacted within 30 minutes. But you didn't start this business to work around the clock, constantly stressed about where the next client is going to come from, or stuck doing this digital marketing work you just don't love. You started it for freedom, for impact, and to build something that is truly yours. But without a consistent flow of quality leads and a reliable system to turn them into customers, that dream quickly becomes a demanding burden on you and your family. You're sacrificing personal time, your health, you're dealing with financial anxiety, and you're feeling trapped by the very thing that was supposed to help you achieve your financial goals. So this really isn't about the $50,000 to $100,000 in lost revenue, which is important, but it's about building the business that you always dreamed of, the one that operates day to day without you being involved in every little detail and delivers high quality service to your customers. This is why we created the Queen City Growth System. Our system is designed not only to increase the volume of qualified customers you get, but to actually turn your business into a consistent profit-generating machine for you. This approach works exceptionally well for two types of service businesses. First is high-ticket home services, businesses like HVAC, roofing, flooring, and landscaping that command higher project values and require a refined sales process. Second is professional services, law firms, accounting practices, and consulting firms that need to build trust and demonstrate expertise to attract premium clients. So that's a lot of theory. Let's talk about specifics of how this has worked for others. First, let's talk about a dental implant clinic where the owner started getting applications on demand and was booked 2 months out after implementing a system just like this. Second is a chiropractor who got 52 new patients in 3 weeks on less than $150 in ad spend. Next is an HVAC contractor who started generating $18 in profit for every $1 spent on marketing. Next is a plumbing company who generated over 1,000 leads in 1 year. Another plumber who got their biggest job ever by implementing this kind of a system and dropped their cost per lead by 77%. So higher quality customer at a cheaper price. Last two are professional services firms. One is a CPA who implemented a system just like this and grew their firm to over $1 million. Next is a law firm owner who actually started multiple law firms that got up to $1 million using a system just like this. So most service businesses, like your competitors, don't make a lot of money, especially on a consistent basis. You know this. But this is where you're going to be different from now on. We'll redesign your customer journey or your funnel so that you make substantially more money on every dollar you're already investing in marketing. So most businesses look like this funnel on the left, right? They are driving traffic via Google search, Google Maps, Google Ads, Facebook ads, or just good old-fashioned content on things like Instagram to their website and pitching their service on their website. Let's use the example of a business that I'm actually working with right now to implement a better system. It's a flooring business. So they're doing this. They're driving Google ads. They're paying money on Google ads to drive that traffic directly to their website to pitch them good old-fashioned flooring services. The opt-in rate on a funnel like that is typically 1 to 3%. So you get about 1% of customers who click on that ad actually submit the form on the website that says contact us. And then from there, those leads only about 10% of them will become paying customers if you think about how fast you're able to contact them when they're submitting that form. Are you able to email them or call them quickly and then get on a call and close them as a customer? Let's contrast that against the kind of funnel that we're building for that flooring business and what we can build for you. So first, we're building a better offer and a landing page that's optimized to capture that search traffic. So just doing that alone typically will improve the conversion rate to 10% or more. I'm using a conservative 10% here. That's 10 times the number of people who are going to raise their hand and say, I am now a lead, I'm going to give you my information. 10 times the number on the same exact amount of Google ad spend. Next, we are realigning the messaging to the offer and implementing an automated lead conversion system, which should generate 5 to 10 times more of those people who opted in, those leads, into paying customers because we're contacting them immediately. We're reaching out to them, we're engaging them, we're letting them know that we're there and they should move forward with us instead of moving on to the next and going with one of their competitors. So let's talk some specifics about what this looks like from a financial perspective for this flooring business in specific. And you can imagine this for your business. So we have this ROI calculator here that shows you exactly sort of what you could be spending and what you are spending in ads or in marketing and what that should be generating as far as ROI for your business. So we're going to use that same flooring business example where a typical cost per click within Google for a flooring business, a local flooring business, is about $12. Now, that business that I'm talking about is spending $1,500 a month in Google ad spend, and their lifetime value of a customer, let's call it about $10,000, nice round number. You can obviously change these inputs as it fits for you. Their website opt-in rate, I mentioned about 1 to 3% is typical. If you're driving traffic directly to a website, we're going to use 2%. And then only about 10% of the leads that they're generating from the website are being contacted within 5 minutes. So those are the ones that, they're watching their email, they're free, they're not busy, they're not driving, they're not doing something else. They're not talking to another client face to face. So they're getting to about 10% of those leads that they're generating within 5 minutes. And then from there, they're closing a decent number of them, about 30% of them they're able to close. So when all works right, that's what's happening. And they're closing about one deal. Now, unfortunately, this is on a 12-month period. So they're spending $18,000 in ad spend to generate one customer at $10,000. Now, that's not a good ROI. The worst part about all this is the business owner that I'm talking to didn't even know this. They weren't aware that they were spending more money on ads than they were generating on revenue just from that ad. And not to mention the amount of costs of materials and labor that you have to sink into this. So if you think about the true ROI of this, this is not a winning proposition. So instead of shutting down Google Ads though, we can fix this. We can fix this funnel. So this is exactly what we're talking about. So we're not going to spend more money on ads. We're not going to magically be able to get the cost per click lower. And we're not going to change the amount that they're charging customers. None of that changes. The business does not change. What changes is our ability to get more people who click on the ad to actually give us their contact information and become a lead. So, like I said before, a conservative estimate on a better converting landing page like we build is 10%. Again, we can get those up to 30% on the high end, but let's use a conservative 10%. And then the number of leads that we're contacting within 5 minutes, we're going to contact 100% of them within 5 minutes, right? Because we're going to implement automated texting, emailing, follow-up. As soon as they call or submit a form or whatever they're going to do, we're going to make sure we capture 100% of them within 5 minutes, even if the owner's busy, even if they're already talking to another customer, even if it's a night or weekend or a holiday. We are going to be engaging that lead and moving them through our process in order to book a call, schedule an in-home appointment, whatever we need to do for that prospect. And let's pretend our close rate doesn't change, right? It's still the owner doing all the sales. They're really good at what they do. It's the same kind of traffic. They're just doing more of it. So a system that we're setting up for this local flooring business, it's a pretty extensive system. It's costing about $5,000, a one-time fee to set it all up, and then about $1,500 a month to maintain it. Now, every job is different. Every client's different. You're going to be different if you decide to work with us. But this is a really good example of, on the kind of the high end, the full suite of things, this is exactly what we're going to implement for you. This is what we're implementing for them. Now let's look at the ROI. Same exact ad spend, $18,000 in ad spend, plus the setup fee of $5,000, plus the monthly fee, another $18,000, brings the total investment to $41,000. But here's the magical part of this. We are now closing 45 deals instead of one deal for this business at a revenue projection over 12 months of $450,000. What I didn't tell you is that this business is currently sitting at $400,000 in revenue. We are effectively doubling their business by not spending more on ads, just simply taking the ad spend that they're leveraging and the amount of leads that they're getting from that and increasing it and converting more of them into customers. So the all-in ROI of this investment for the flooring business is a 10x ROI. This is how this is supposed to work for digital marketing and for Google Ads. And this is what we can do for your business too. So here's my guarantee. We're going to build you, just like I showed you, a Queen City growth system that adds at least $50,000 in new revenue to your business in 90 days or you don't pay. We're so confident in this system because I've lived it, tested it, and perfected it in my own business, and now I'm helping other service businesses achieve the same result. So if you're spending at least $5,000 a month in ads and doing $300,000 in revenue per year, we guarantee to add $50,000 in revenue to your business in 90 days or you don't pay. And if you're not yet at that $300,000 in revenue or you're spending less than the $5,000 a month in ads, that's okay. If you still want to move forward, we'll guarantee you are fully satisfied with our work, or we'll keep working until you are. But here's what I really want you to understand about all this. This isn't just about getting more leads. This is about finally having a predictable system that lets you plan for growth instead of just hoping for the best. You'll never have to worry about feast or famine again because you'll have a consistent pipeline of qualified prospects who are being systematically converted into paying customers for you. If you're looking to sell your business for a higher valuation in the next few years, or remove yourself from the day-to-day operations, or simply hire with confidence, this system is for you. So if you're ready to stop gambling with your marketing budget and start investing in a system that delivers predictable revenue and profit, then I want you to invite you to book a call with us. We'll listen to your goals and pain points and craft a $50,000 growth plan that works for you. See you soon.